One of the real joys for college football aficionados every August is the publishing of Bruce Feldman's Freak List. We all love it so much because Bruce has done such a great job over really 3 decades of developing relationships with coaches and support staff to try to find out who are the most freakish athletes in college football year in and year out. This is also a man who wrote one of the great books about recruiting in college football called Meat Market, and you should go check that out. I really enjoyed it. Also wrote a really great book with, the late, great Mike Leach that I also think you should check out. And he wrote a book about LSU's 2019 national championship run. But my favorite one is Cane Mutiny. Cane Mutiny is forever and ever going to be my favorite Bruce Feldman book. And the stories that he got from that era of the U are just fantastic. And, Bruce is also one of the great college football reporters of all time. He's one of those guys that we're going to talk about the way that we talk about Dan Jenkins at Sports Illustrated. One of those guys that really helped develop my love and others' love and interest in the sport. And he's been able to do it while being a really cool dude. Every time I've got to speak with Bruce, even on this show, he's been nothing but kind to me. But this list is amazing. Like, I always love this list, and I always love when it comes out because there are guys in it that you don't hear about, and then all of a sudden you hear about them all the time. And you hear about them getting drafted in the first round because he's so locked in and plugged in. I think it's really cool to take a look at where Jeremiah Smith is, and we're going to talk about that. I also want to talk about just some of the superlatives that are in this list. But since you're here, I'm going to remind you, please subscribe to the channel. We are marching toward 100,000 subscribers. That play button is my national championship, man. I've been covering college football for half my life. This show has been here in some shape or form for 7 years in September. It's really exciting. And I realize that for some folks, getting to 100K is like nothing, right? It's something that just happens to them. And even people you treat play buttons, 100K play buttons, like they don't mean much. But that one, it's going to mean the world to me. It's happening. It's going to happen. We're going to get there. But 66% of the people that watch this show don't even subscribe. So if you could just subscribe, that would be helpful. All right. So at number 1 is Nick Harbor, South Carolina wide receiver. First time that these had back-to-back number 1s, according to Bruce Feldman, in the 20 years that he's been doing the freak list, because Nick Harbor showed up as a physical freak to South Carolina. And to understand that, know that Nick Harbor is 6'5", 242, and he still run 10.1 seconds in the 100-meter dash. For perspective, 977 won the gold medal in this year's Olympic Games. Nick Harbor can fly, and Nick Harbor is enormous, and Nick Harbor is a monster on EA Sports' College Football 25. I can't wait for them to give me that dude in a pack because I'm going to be out here balling. Also, shout out to your boy because we're into the national champion or into playoffs in head-to-head. It's getting kind of thick. I think we can get it done, but I'm really sticking to a very short set of plays, and my defense just got to figure out how to not get out-leveraged on the way to the option, while also trying to hunt that hierarchy of needs and destiny too. Number 2 on the list, Travis Hunter, right? This man, 6'1", 185. Last year played over 1,100 snaps going both ways, 57 catches, 721 yards, 30 tackles. But the thing is, 3 interceptions, 5 pass breakups. The one thing that I thought was interesting about this is in parentheses Bruce has here, Hunter, a psychology major, also earned a 4.0 GPA. Look, man, it's one thing to be the Paul Hornung Award winner, best all-purpose player in the sport, play 1,100 snaps, have all that wear and tear on your body, be a 5-star recruit, transfer from Jackson State to Colorado, not miss a beat, get a 4.0 as in your first year at Colorado. That's not too shabby. He is going to get drafted in the first round. We're just arguing about where. He could be the first guy off the board if his season comes into fruition the way I think it can. The only guy that I think might go ahead of him are quarterbacks, right? If we're talking about it, like Emeka Egbuka might have something to do about this. Like I was thinking about Emeka just the other day, and I wondered, is Emeka Egbuka Amon-Ra St. Brown? Although Amon-Ra I thought was just a little bit bigger, but then again, looking at how much bigger Emeka's gotten over the last few years. Maybe he's bigger than Amon-Ra St. Brown was at SC. Also adding here that Hunter played 140 snaps against Texas Christian, and that is ridiculous. Like, the offense didn't play 140 snaps, right? He averaged 600, or he had 631 snaps on defense, 32 on special teams. On average, he played 115 snaps. If you got off 100 plays by your offense, you are moving and grooving and running up tempo like nobody's business. Getting 80 plays in, 90 plays in, that's a lot. This dude's been playing 115, and he can fly. 21.2 miles per hour as a max speed. You can understand why Prime has kind of anointed Travis Hunter as next. Next guy I wanted to talk about, and really the dude that had me jumping on to really get after this, is Jeremiah Smith, who comes in at number 7 as a true freshman who has not played a down of football on Bruce Feldman's 2024 Freaks list, and for good reason. Remember I told you that Travis Hunter's 6'1", 185? Jeremiah Smith, who goes by JJ, is going to enter college football at 6'3.5", 218 pounds. Ridiculous. Just an enormous human being already. NFL body, NFL ready. He has bench 355. He has squatted 530. He has broad jump 1010. He has vertically jumped 36 inches. These are great stats for a first-round draft pick this year. If you walked in with those measurables and you can catch the football and you can change direction, you're going to get drafted in the first round as a wide receiver. I'm already in my head trying to find out who he is going to most be like, and I don't want to throw out too many names because then it's just we're playing the name game. But I think we're going to find out a lot about him because remember I told you that Travis Hunter had a top speed of 21.2 miles per hour. The max speed for Jeremiah Smith at this size, right, which is a good 33 pounds more than Travis Hunter, was 23.39 miles per hour. Ridiculous. Now, I'm a track and field nerd too. I walked on the track team at the University of Tulsa, run the 400, and there was a man carrying a pole vault who also ran 23.39 miles per hour. But you get my point here, right? He is flying. It's speed and it's size. And the superlative here is everything about him is elite, we're told, especially his work ethic. In addition, OSU coaches say he has great hands, a great catch radius, and does freaky things on a daily basis. Denzel Burke put this in perspective for me because when Denzel Burke wants to talk his noise, he will talk his noise. And when Jeremiah Smith was just getting there, JJ's just getting there, he's like, we'll see. He a freshman. And by preseason camp, by spring and into Big Ten Media Days, he's like, nah, that dude is him. He him, because he's making highlight reel catches over guys that also expect to be drafted the first round. There's a great argument that J.J. Smith has been doing this against the best secondary in all of college football. If you think about Caleb Downs, Denzel Burke, Jordan Hancock, Latham Ransom, you can keep going down the line on that one. And if he's able to do that consistently against them, what, pray tell, do you think he's going to be capable of doing against the rest of college football? It's really, really fun stuff. We'll be back to talk more about this list and more about coming up in college football. I'm very excited about what's coming. We also have the 134 dropping on Sunday, and we're going to really blow that out. We'll talk about that, talk about where your team is ranked, because I ranked all the teams, why and what the formula was, what I was looking for, what I liked, what I didn't like, and we're going to get closer and closer to kicking the damn ball. Snap the damn ball, RJ. Playing some football.